I get one last time to talk to this guy right here. Listeners can ask questions through the website at goldbergjones.com or just give a call to 1-800-DIVORCE. Colin will be there to answer questions at no charge and point you in the right direction. Now, a recent poll, and this is in the news right now, shows 8 of 10 Oregonians believe it's a matter of when, not if, voters erase laws against recreational use of marijuana, and a growing consensus says it will happen November 4th when Measure 91, the latest pot legalization initiative, appears on the ballot. So, Colin, my question to you is, will the legalization of marijuana change how the family courts view the use of the drug?
I think it's already changed. I mean, I think the courts have been pretty savvy to the use of marijuana. We have, obviously, medical marijuana. We have recreational use. Washington, as you know, living over there in Washington, it has legalized it. I just dropped my daughter off at Colorado State, and they have legalized it. So I think the question has really turned earlier than, hey, it's legal from a recreational perspective. I think the judges appropriately are actually measuring the effect it has on your parenting. So if you come and say, hey, this father is using marijuana, the court says, okay, and so you really need to make the causal connection, just like any alcohol. Hey, he's an alcoholic. Okay, first we got to prove it. We got to measure it. And then how does that have an impact on his ability to parent? Custody, visitation issues are based upon some kind of detrimental impact. So recreational use, I think, has been somewhat accepted. It'll be more accepted. And then it's just a matter of courts getting to feel like, I know, you know, I can have a beer in the evening and still parent just fine. You know, I don't know, have one joint and then you're gone, or is it how do you measure that? So I think it's judges trying to get an understanding of really how much use will impact and create some problems with parenting.
How does marijuana use impact custody cases?
Well, that's it right there. Everything else, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, you can be doing meth and, divide by 2 on property and death. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but with regard to marijuana use, it's all about custody and visitation. And does it have a negative impact on your ability to parent?
All right, the TV sitcom Big Bang Theory, a lot of people watch that, has renegotiated cast contracts with show stars, taking home a reported $1 million an episode. Rumors have been flying that one of the show stars, Kaylee Cuoco, has asked her husband, tennis pro Ryan Sweeting, for a post-nuptial agreement. What is a post-nuptial agreement? What's up with that?
A postnuptial is, people know prenuptials because before you get married, you think about, hey, I got to protect myself. Postnuptials are kind of an afterthought of, oh, I'm married now, and now we need to come to some additional agreement with regard to how we're going to handle property, or mainly property or debt or other arrangements. And so it's a contract after you've been married on how you're going to divide property in the event of divorce.
Are they common?
Absolutely not. I mean, probably because it's very questionable on the enforceability of them. And so attorneys are like, well, you can spend $3,000 or $4,000. I can draft this document. It may be worth nothing. So there's quite an effort to go into making something that's enforceable, which is the whole purpose of it. And most people just don't go through it, and I rarely ever see it.
Well, I guess my main question there, Colin, would be, what are the limitations of protecting, an individual's assets?
In some sense, it's very difficult. Once you've been married, you've kind of committed to that situation, and the operation of equitable laws, how most states handle it, are going to handle property and debt division. So that it's hard to really protect things once you've gotten married, but I guess about the only thing you can do is a post-nuptial. But both parties probably should get a legal counsel, so it's all above board, all full disclosure. So it's quite an effort to do it after you've been married. All
right. We do have a question from one of your people at the website. It says, I have a son who is 15. This question comes from Portland, and he stays with me in Portland most of the summer per our divorce agreement. His mother lives in Gresham, and he is currently enrolled at Barlow. He now wants to live with me and transfer schools. Can I just do that since he's 15?
We see this a lot right now because at the end of the summer, kids have been with the, maybe the non-custodial parent. Hey, I want to stay with you. So there's a lot to answering that question. This is something where I'd have to talk with him more. What's the situation? Is it just that, hey, I want to live with you, Dad? Mom's fine, but there's some issue. So if it's not significant, it's going to be difficult. Transferring schools, courts take seriously. That's a disruption. And a lot of people believe at age 12, 13, 14, kids get to choose. No, they don't. I mean, kids, as I know, having a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old, they don't make the best choices all the time. They do the best they can, but they shouldn't be empowered to make life-changing decisions on custody visitation. Their input can be heard through guardian ad litem's or custody evaluations, but they don't just get to choose. So you really have to evaluate, is their situation detrimental? Is it not healthy? And go through a deeper analysis.
We're talking with Colin Amos from the law offices of Goldberg and Jones. 1-800-DIVORCE is the telephone number. And a lot of guys, they just don't know they have options and that they can protect themselves. But I encourage them, of course, to make a phone call to you because you can at least provide them with basic information and point them in the right direction so they know where they stand and where they need to go.
Absolutely. I mean, just call. I mean, we answer questions over the phone at no charge, so you don't have to pay me money. You don't have to come in for a consultation necessarily, but why not call and ask a question and clarify something so that you don't make poor choices going forward?
Well, I tell you what, you and Brett Bender over there at your office have been great to me over the years, and I appreciate the relationship we've had, and it's been great to get a chance to know you, and I still want to thank you for my time in Vegas when you entertained me at dinner, and we had a chance to go to the Eagles together. So, Colin, it's been great knowing you, my friend.
It's a shock, and I'm very saddened not to have you here. You're quite an entity in Portland TV, in the sports scene, in the community, what you do for this whole Portland area. So it's going to be a big loss for Portland and the greater Portland area. Certainly, personally, I want to thank you. It's been a great relationship, and I'm looking forward to visiting you and coming down there in San Francisco, playing some golf, going to the Eagles whenever they're in San Francisco.
Anytime, man. I'll entertain you. That's it. Colin Amos. Give me a call if you're facing a divorce or a custody situation. 1-800-DIVORCE. You can check out the website, GoldbergJones.com. 503-417-7575. We'll step aside. When we come back, I'll take more of your phone calls. My final week on the station. 4 more days to go, and it's meant so much to me here, being with the station the last 6.5 years since the inception and the relationship I have with you. We're also going to hear from DJ Alexander, Beavers linebacker. Key group the Beavers have with DJ Alexander leading up that group. Michael Doctor is back. We'll talk with him and get his thoughts as they prepare for the opener against Portland State. We continue here on Portland Sports Station, 750 The Game.
Sports Radio 750. Sports